Oh, hello. Day 2, and it's another beautiful one. We're back up the top of the hill. Probably doesn't help me shining this thing straight into the sun, but I don't care about you guys. I remembered my sunglasses this morning so I can see everything. It's a really clear day. You can see, I don't know if the lens will pick it up, but that over there, that's probably about 10 miles away, if not a bit more actually. So yeah, in fact, let's walk this way. I'll give you a better view. Ooh, dog walker. I'll resume in a sec. All right, there's loads of people around today, making me self-conscious. Yeah, this vloggy thing isn't something I'm used to. Who knows, maybe I'll get better. Or maybe I'll give up. Actually, you know what, this whole practice of recording me up the top of the hill isn't for your enjoyment, it's for my wife. I told her I was going to get up early every day, start my day right with a good old hike, and she was like, bollocks! Because she does, she speaks like a Cockney builder. Every morning I'm standing in the kitchen, she'll slap my ass, say, all right love, put the kettle on. That's that's what she does. Wow, oh look at that, down there. You see that? Postman Pat delivering his letters. We're properly in Englandshire now. Yeah, gorgeous view. What a way to start the day. What's going on? So, I guess the main news is if you saw over on the main channel, I'm thinking of putting these all on a separate channel, that copyright guy, I ended up managing to sort it out with him. So don't email him anymore, by the way. Yeah, we had a like 100 email long discussion about copyright law, and it was like he was typing on his keyboard with his elbows. Eventually, and I think I've got a couple of subscribers to thank for it, I think they also cajoled him into releasing the copyright claim as well. Because I was like I got to the stage where I was pulling my hair out, and he was like, yeah, come at me, bro. And I was like, oh, I will do, don't you worry about that, it's on. And he's like, bring it. And then all of a sudden he did an about face and went, oh, I'm really sorry for making you feel bad, and he issued a full apology and retracted the claim and stuff. So given that I was like being really aggressive towards the end of my conversation with him, I think someone else must have stepped in and said, you're being unreasonable. So thank you, whoever you are. I've got my suspicions. Yeah, so that got retracted. I get the impression that the chap is maybe mentally handicapped. Is that the PC phrase? I'm not sure. But you know what I mean. I think he has learning difficulties. So I do feel a little bit bad for really tearing strips off him. But at the end of the day, I was upset. You know, a lot of hard work went into that video, so just to have it torn down was, it was hurtful, man. It was hurtful. But I guess the biggest baddie in amongst all of this is YouTube, not this guy. You know, because copyright law is confusing. I don't expect him to, you know the ins and outs of it. One of the ironic things was he actually sent me a document, a legal document from the city of Chicago, saying that he'd, you know, registered his video as intellectual property. So he genuinely believed that he had the rights to it. What he didn't understand is that you can't copyright a title, which, to be honest, I didn't know that either until I looked into it. But I spelt it out clear as day for him and sent him a link that explained it in no uncertain terms that you cannot copyright a bunch of words. You can trademark them in some situations, but not really for a creative work. And he just wasn't having any of it. And then eventually he sent me a PDF featuring the same kind of information that I'd sent over 100 emails earlier, but he'd retitled the PDF sorry. So I don't know, all's well that ends well. It's the only update I had really today. Let's walk down the hill through this mud. So yeah, that's that. Talking about butting heads with people who aren't quite compos mentis, one thing I might bring to my main channel as a Patreon perk is a discussion I'll be having, hopefully, with a young earth creationist. Should be entertaining. I don't know whether it is going to happen or not, because he is a little bit, he's super defensive. He's kind of emailing me saying, oh, you'll never change my mind, we can talk if you want, but you won't change my mind, thousands have tried to. I've even had PhD scientists, and they can't shake my faith and explain evolution to me. And it's like, well, clearly, if you start off with that kind of mentality, you're never going to get anywhere. So I'm not that interested in trying to convince him of that science isn't this big cult. You know, like he says, if thousands of others haven't, I'm certainly not going to be able to. I'm not super science literate. I'm able to think critically about things. At the same time, you know, I don't fully understand evolution, but if I want to understand it, this is horrible. I'll speak to an evolutionary biologist. Same as if I break my leg, I'll go see a doctor. If I want to understand about evolutionary biology, I will not go and see Kent Hovind of the Creation Ministry. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I mainly just want to grill him about his beliefs and how he thinks the idea of torturing someone forever in hell for not worshipping someone is moral and just, because that just sounds like a dictatorship to me. Anyway, that's that. I'm gonna walk home and then start my day. More YouTubing to come. I'm really enjoying this, starting early and starting with the YouTubing and doing the things I want to do. I'm only on day 2 of my kind of new schedule, but I'm feeling really proactive and really productive at the moment. So yeah, leave a comment, I guess. Don't know, subscribe to this channel if this is indeed on a new channel and you haven't already subscribed. Follow me on Twitter at IronmanMode. I hope you have a fantastic day, and remember guys, don't focus on how stressed you are. Think about how blessed you are. Alright, bye.